Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Channel Your Light. This is a message for somebody who has been on a long journey, multiple. I'm hearing awake. They're showing me awakening. I have Anubis here. Awakening after awakening, a weighing of a heart after the weighing of a heart, betrayal after betrayal, obstacle after obstacle, struggle after struggle. As soon as you overcame one thing, it's like you were, Anubis is showing me, whoever this message is for, you have been faced with multiple doors and back to back to back. This has not been an easy journey for whoever this is for. I am recording this prior to the new moon in Libra, and I am told to post it. I want to say Wednesday or Thursday. It's not quite clear, but I'm sure the energy will be clear on either of those days, whichever day I post it. The timing of this is significant. This is a message for somebody who has dealt with, and I'm just going to roll with Anubis, okay? Because I just feel like there's a mastery in the navigation that you've been utilizing for your journey, whether you know this or not. I'm hearing see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. So interesting. And evil is anything that is in negativity, that tells you you can't, that tells you you won't. And this message is for somebody who has faced that in spades, like a tremendous amount of obstacles, more projections of external energies outside of you that have been obstacles for you. Oh, but my dear, this is the great mastery of you. You are the house of the rising sun. And sun, they're giving to me as S-U-N and S-O-N. It is a double entendre, if you will. Anubis says, your heart has been weighed many times for many reasons and at many layers. And at times you discovered that your heart still weighed and you went back into the shadow to work through it. And they're saying, no matter how long it took, you have come to a space where you have been so willing to come to the true essence of you, the heart of you, the spirit of you, the light of you, finding light in every shadow, in the deepest and darkest of places. That is your mastery. You are not one to hide from things that are imbalanced or negative. You have a tendency to want to push it to the side, but you always face it. You always turn to it and ask what it is trying to show you. You always treat it with compassion. I'm seeing you always rising above. And the more doors you've had to step in front of or walk through, the higher and higher you have risen. And when I say higher you have risen, you're very humble. It is not about you being better than other people. I'm getting Jesus as a reference for somebody on here. Maybe that's a spirit guide that you walk with. I'm hearing yes, that's why we're pointing it out. Anubis says, there are many great masters walking the earth plane at this time. And you may think that it is someone coming to save you. But in the end, you will discover that you are the great master who is becoming every step of the journey. What was once little can become big. And what is big understands all the little pieces of the journey. There is never a projection of being better than or less than. There is never a projection of something of more value or less value. Those who have walked this path and have actually achieved it never look down on another soul, no matter what the darknesses they're in, no matter the projection on them. This is great mastery, and it requires significant preparation. I'm hearing you have been prepared, and you are the house of the rising sun, the sun representing the solar plexus, the personal power. Like I'm just seeing it rise, like in the morning. And think about the sun. I just want to lean into the essence of this, because whatever this house of the rising sun is, it's rising within you. You're the house, you're the sun, and you have faced a lot of brothers in darkness. And brothers doesn't mean men, and the sun doesn't mean a boy in terms of masculine. It's just an archetype and an energy. Bring it into the inner sphere of your own balance. This is a new moon in Libra. Yes, I'll be posting this well after it, but you are still in the energy of it. Lean in, turn your face to the dawn of the house of the rising sun, the solar energy, the solar plexus, the new dawn of the mental plane with new ideas and new thoughts, new opportunities and new pathways. It's a new energy completely encompassing you. You are the house of the rising sun, and yet I see you watching the sun rise. Know that the sunrise is a new dawn and a new era for you. Allow yourself to, I'm seeing like sitting on the beach. Maybe you live at the beach. Maybe you're sitting, I also see somebody in the morning in like a cabin area, sitting on a deck, drinking a beautiful cup of hot coffee and just like taking in the quiet stillness. And the sun's going to rise, my friends. And that sun is beaming into you. Like, think of the warmth you feel when the sun is on you, like just to sit in the presence of it. That is, yes, outside of you, but it's in the house of you. I'm seeing the sun as an external factor rising up, and also the sun rising up within, feeling that solar, that chi, that prana, I guess you could say, it's coming through. There's so many different depictions of it. If we look at the solar plexus, it's our personal power. It is a sun. It is the color of yellow. It is golden ray frequencies. It is what allows you to create your own reality and actually be in creator mode. It's a powerful energy that is not done by force. And it typically arises because you have faced the brother in darkness, the inner masculine energy that hasn't quite found its power. And that is the blessing of all the doors you've walked through. And whoever this message is for, Anubis has walked through every single one of them with you, stood at the door with you, weighed with you as you, he says, I am not the judge. You are the judge. You will know when your heart still weighs with unforgiveness that poisons your words, distorts your visions. You will know. Anubis says, but I have been at every doorway. I have celebrated you. I have held you with compassion as you needed to go back and work deeply some more. That allows you to walk through into the afterlife, like they're showing you all the hieroglyphs and the spiritual ascension and the true spiritual motive of those sacred written texts of Anubis. And I also have Osiris here as the procession. I'm not sure that's quite the right word. They're saying that Anubis is the original holder of this weighing. It's for spiritual ascension. We think we're going and we're being buried like kings and queens with all of our things and all the pharaohs. But if we go to the tombs of kings, you will discover that they are not there in the tomb, for the king owns its kingdom and its infinity and its freedom. It is eternal. It is a soul's evolution into the immense propensity of the infinite self, the eternal self. And although it is depicted in the everyday life as, a process of death to the afterlife, going to the afterlife, it truly is the process of spiritual ascension. In spiritual ascension, we must be willing to release the clothing that we've worn, the negativities, the identities, all the darkness and shadow that we have worn as well, within us and on us, or however projected towards you. He's saying that is this story of spiritual ascension. And you can look at it as life and death in the physical world. That is historically and traditionally depicted. But Anubis is really a spiritual mentor. The scales of balance, notice it's a new moon in Libra. Whoever this is, whatever you are willing to release, for your heart to be light as the feather, you will discover a great freedom. The house of the rising sun becomes illuminated as the personal power and the spiritual sun rises up from within you. So beautiful. Go back to the brother in darkness. Anubis is saying, the brother in darkness has nothing to do with men or boys. It has to do with the inner masculine energy, the action, those who act from a place of negativity, those who act from a place of wounding, those who think from a state of lack, scarcity, hate, judgment, anger, and fear. That is what a brother in darkness represents, says Anubis. And both men and women hold this energy. We act from a place of our wounding. I need a drink, friends. There's like a thirst happening here. Anubis is saying that there is a thirst when everything is being flushed out. This message is for somebody as a confirmation and a recollection of what you have been going through spiritually, energetically, mentally, physically. This new dawn, this new era of you thinks different, walks different, acts different, senses different, because you are tuned to that new dawn, because it rises within you. Allow this, allow the uncomfortableness, allow yourself to be, allow yourself to be free, unbound, unchained, completely so utterly engrossed and focused, embodying the rising sun within you. Anubis is saying, the weighing of the hearts has been completed. The one this message is for. You will already feel the rising sun lifting within, permeating your being. You will feel your uninhibited and unfettered focus on what is ahead, what is in front of you. Because of this, you have accessed multiple new pathways. You have passed the test, as some of you might attune to. That's just how it's coming out. The test of you, the test of the divine solar child. For Anubis is saying, those of you who attune to starseeds, when we look at the pentacle, the star itself, it is 5-pointed, representing the Petruvian man, also the 5 points. You are the stars. We are the stars in physical human form. Those that align and unfold into a starseed mission, a starseed knowing, planted here as stardust upon the earth. You indeed are like the star touching every area, the star when each point has been illuminated and ignited, and the rising sun begins to flow. The golden stardust radiates from it. It becomes the creator of its own reality. Star seeds are here to embody their full personal divine essence and power from wherever it must come, with only truth coming through. They face great darkness. Look at the sky as a reflection. The stars shine the brightest in the darkest, deepest night. It's 11:44 on my clock right now, and I'm supposed to point that out for somebody on here. 11's your number, 44 is your number. 144 is also somebody's number, which they're shifting to 1144 as one totality of a number. 8, 10, which amounts to 10, completion. We're in October. This month is not the same as all the other Octobers and all the months leading up to it. The leading up to this month was preparing for this final weighing of hearts for the next level of your ascension. This is so clear. Now, normally I feel, me personally, my belief and opinion, Anubis is saying, this isn't about your belief and opinion, Erin. This is about the one this message is for, who attunes to tests, who feels they have been tested, who has sat at every doorway of every obstacle and every struggle. In moments they wanted to give up and did not, could not, and would not. They may rest for a moment, look back for a moment, but they have always walked through the door. They have always been willing to be released. This is the celebration of the house of the rising sun within them. This is an attunement to ensure that that fully embodies the energy, that it is received and taken in and then radiated out on the path ahead. Anubis says, and I represent the scales of balance, not the scales of justice. This is why our negative masculine energy within us that acts from wounds, distortions, poison darts, negative lack, jealousy, and anger, that has been reborn in the one that this message is for. The solar child reborn is the house of the rising sun, into rising above, into its destiny. Embrace this, celebrate this, act in alignment with it. Ensure your focus is on the babe of you rebirthed and reborn. This is also a message for the one who has been through multiple weighing, multiple shifts, multiple elevations, and of course, to do those things required multiple deaths. And by the time you get to the 12th door, you discover it is not a thing. You easily let go. You easily let the past crumble away. The struggles are completed, and you simply relax and open the door into the 13th house to begin the new journey when we start back at 1. This transmission is complete. Anubis is saying your weighing is complete. Do not look back. Simply move forward. Allow yourself to do differently, to feel differently, to, it's so funny, have a different schedule, have a different process, have a different taste, have a different sight. It's all part of this house of the rising sun, the sun rising within you, and you are the house, my friends. It can only rise within you. And the external thing that I'm seeing, Anubis says, is the external reflection of it rising outside of you as well, through pathways, opportunities, ideas, inspirations, visions, creativity, and also in receiving pathways of abundance, of light. Friends, I love Anubis. Anubis only comes when somebody is doing a catalyst rebirth. I need to explain this. Anubis doesn't just show up for anybody. I actually never call on Anubis. Anubis arrives to me when I'm engaging with people who are at a catalyst rebirth. This is like, if we were to look at it in the external physical form, that idea of, weighing the kings and queens. What are you bringing with you? What can you? What aren't you? All those different aspects to go into the afterlife after their body has died. Anubis shows up for people who are doing that great death in the body mid-lifetime. Maybe it's the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, or maybe you're nearing the end of the fourth quarter. It doesn't matter. This is a cause for great celebration. He only arises when somebody is explicitly going through this. And I always know somebody is going through this in sessions, in groups, in some of my courses when he shows up. And he is showing up for one of you here on this beautiful YouTube community. My intention is whoever this is for receives it, both as a catalyst, both as a completion, both as an honoring and a recognition and a witnessing and a releasing of that negative energy and the things that you have been going through. And also to turn you full force into the celebration, to allow that spiritual sun within you to rise. And he says, that brother in darkness, which is that masculine energy, the part of us, whether man or woman, that acts, speaks, thinks, or does in alignment with our wounds, our distortion, the heaviness on the heart, the old unforgiveness that poisons our words, our thoughts, our bodies. That is being reborn as the house of the rising SON, who is untainted, unbothered, and has simply dwelled in the wisdom, the vast ocean of pearls that is the result of your journey through this. Oh, my friend, you should be so proud of yourself. They're like big I have a huge spirit team here, like celebrate. This is such a celebration for you. You are such a beautiful soul, and you give so much to this earth plane, and everything you've been through has great purpose. It's like the vulture, right? Nothing is ever wasted. Anubis is the one who teaches us and shows us, not only is it never wasted, but it is the very cause for you to rise as the reborn, full starseed, all 5 areas of your entire being, fully alit in personal power. Think about it like the star is 5 areas of the life. If you look at it like that, it's also the 5 elements. Those who attune to starseed, bringing that energy down, embodying it. You, my friend, are 1000% here for complete and total self-empowerment, which is freedom. Freedom to act, freedom to create, freedom to say yes, freedom to say no, freedom to just be who you are. That's freedom. Welcome, Starseeds. This has always been the mission. Just be you. That has always been the mission. And this is rising. These fields of stardust, I'm seeing them like the quantum field. The fields of stardust are moving and flowing right now. Anubis says, will you jump into the flow of the stardust? Will you allow yourself to move with the sun? The ships are leaving. It is time for you to prepare your ship. It is time for you to set sail on this new journey. It is time for you to discover so much more than what you have known from before. This second piece of the transmission is now complete. I will close this here. They're saying this is the appropriate closing, to be sealed, to be acknowledged, with the intention of the highest good only truth come through. And may you receive what activates, what inspires, what soothes, what leads you down the golden path of your new era on this house of the rising sun within you. May you feel it, may you see it, may you sense it, may you hear it, may you know it. Beautiful souls, thank you for co-creating with me on this channel. I love divinity. I love the guidance it provides, the affirmations. I love that it can touch the deepest unconscious, the regular, everyday around us consciousness, and also the super conscious. My daughter Ava has one more message for somebody on here. This was neither a reading nor a message. This was a session which allowed us to read the energy, to bring a message, to guide you fully forward. There is a difference between reading the energy in front of you and receiving messages. I don't know why, but that's important for somebody on here. That's not in error. Me saying it in a way that I think is wrong is not an error, says Anubis. Fascinating. A reading is reading the energy. A message, higher dimensional guidance, is tuning into messages that are not about your current energy, but are a pathway forward, the guidance forward, a deep revelation and illumination. Osiris is now here for somebody as a newer version that you might attune to rather than Anubis, just like a steady flow through. Osiris says you could also look at it like this. Anubis acted alone in many ways, and yet I have Osiris and Oset or Set. Interesting. Okay. Osiris says, I am the match and the merge to my counterpart. We come aligned and harmonized and in balance, working together, healing each other, building each other, listening to each other, allowing that process of death and rebirth to be so much more profound and full and supported and held. That is the power of the feminine energy, to love the masculine who's been wounded or distorted within us, our wounds. That is the feminine power. Anubis said, I often stand alone. Although there is a counterpart, it's not typically seen like that or perceived like that. Anubis is a standalone energy arising. Osiris and his counterpart, I want to say it's, I can't remember the name, but that's neither here nor there. We're focusing on the masculine, they're saying, and that's important. Osiris was loved and nurtured by his feminine counterpart. She knew that she could rebuild him through the feminine power of unconditional love and compassion. This is why Osiris takes the place of Anubis in the new era, where both are holding together, no longer walking alone. So I feel like whoever this message is for, you have walked alone for a very long time, or maybe you're just a masculine who has felt alone, unseen, unheard, untouched by the world around you and the people around you. You have learned great lessons. Fret not, dear one, for this alignment is here and now. So whether you're tuned to Anubis or Osiris, I very much so roll with Anubis because that's who arises for me, not because Osiris is less than or can't do the same thing. It's just a different energy that serves a different purpose. For example, Anubis is here for very old souls who have been through a lot and have felt great moments of aloneness, have dealt with shadow, negativity, all different kinds. I'm hearing psychological warfare, spiritual warfare, all those different aspects. So please take the one that resonates you. Yes, it is Anubis here that calls you back from the darkest, most back shadow seed that you ever had. That's how I view Anubis. It is powerful, it is potent, but my God, it brings life in death. It's so gorgeous. So friends, I will leave that with you. Whoever this is for, I see you. I love you. Wow, I'm just looking at myself on the camera right now. I'm really disheveled and it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Perhaps in the disheveling, that is where, ooh, Anubis says, sometimes it is the chaos and dishevelment that the order arises. And then we look back and discover that chaos was order realigning itself for a greater divine order. Beautiful souls, 25 minutes in, I'm leaving it there. I'm sending you so much love. I see you. I love you. You're amazing. Connect here in the comments. I would love to know if that has felt like it's been part of your journey, these spiritual awakenings and these doors. It's a lot, friends. We all need somebody to see us, to hold us, to support us. And man, are you, whoever this message is for, you are such a brilliant, shining, bright star. But it's because you have been forged in some of the deepest, darkest caverns of the soul's experiences and consciousness. But my friend, all I see is your brilliance. It's time for you to see your brilliance. Until next time, beautiful souls.